Death is the only certainty of life, approaching, ever approaching, but the day and time remaining unknown. Each of us will die. This commonality binds us together in mortality we barely understand. This fear and enthrallment in death are where horror gains its terror, where religious zealots gain their zeal, and where roguelikes consume hours of my time to the point that I can't even remember having ever done anything else. Welcome to Lack Plays. Today we're talking about roguelikes. Be sure to like and subscribe. My first real love in video games was a little passion project named Pixel Dungeon, which was inspired by an older PC title known as Brogue. Pixel Dungeon was originally a free mobile game, and thus accessible to small me. It was a pixel art dungeon crawler teeming with enemies. It had large amounts of weapons and randomly generated levels. It was also incredibly unforgiving, and if you played it past midnight, which of course small me did, the game was even harder. The gameplay you're watching right now is of the game's unofficial predecessor, Shattered Pixel Dungeon. Now the thing that really drew me into that simple little game was its roguelike mechanics. If you don't know what that means, Wikipedia's definition of roguelikes is a subgenre of role-playing computer games traditionally characterized by a dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, grid-based movement, and the permanent death of the player character. Now the main mechanic of a roguelike is the permadeath, the lack of having save points or progress. The only thing you can achieve in the game is learning how to beat it in one run. This learning process can be incredibly satisfying when you can see how far you've come since your very first run. My favorite example of this would be Dead Cells. Initially, you will be completely crushed by the early levels of the game, and beating it feels like an impossibility. But as you get better, you will eventually beat the Hand of the King and discover that you have been playing on the easiest difficulty of 5. This then motivates you to beat the game at the newly unlocked higher difficulty, which will once again crush you until you learn enough to beat it. I love these games so freaking much. They really draw out a primal side of me and get my heart pumping and my hands shaking. I don't think I can think of a single other type of game that has made me rage quit after losing and then boot it up again in only 5 minutes. These games are not just incredible for putting your skills and knowledge to the test, they also give you immense choice in how you want to play the game. They vary playstyles, using abilities, weapons, armor sets, and boons, all by deck building, just to name a few methods. The best example of this has to be Binding of Isaac Rebirth, with a staggering 341 items to collect, discover, and find synergies with. These games in the roguelike genre all play vastly differently. What draws them together as a genre is that hook of needing to beat the game in one go. These games are tough as nails, and I doubt most people who play them will beat them. Honestly, this kinda adds to the appeal for me. Who doesn't like being able to brag once in a while over a nerdy video game, which none of your friends play? I need a life. Anyways, if you've made it this far, please consider smashing like and commenting below what your favorite roguelike is. If you've really enjoyed the video, also consider joining my subscribers. We're almost at 100 and we'll be releasing a dog special where I'll show off my dogs for you. So that would be awesome if you joined. It's been a pleasure making this video for you all. I'll see you around. Bye.